Hello everyone and welcome to another high-elo game of Age of Empires. Today we're rounding out the weekend with a battle between two classic infantry civilizations as Mr. Yo, playing as the Goths in red, gets ready to take on MbL, playing as the Vikings in blue. Now all the players herd their herdables, explore their immediate surroundings, ooh, a gazelle, and try to go up to feudal as fast as possible. Let's take a look at the civ matchup that we'll be watching today. The Goths are about as single-minded a civilization as you can get in this game, pushing their players towards one military structure and one military structure alone. I am, of course, referring to the barracks. These structures start the game working 20% faster, but can be upgraded to work more than 200% faster. Will she take damage? Will she take damage? Let's keep an eye on her. All this extra production, speedy production, is fantastic. Yes, she does, because the Goths do get an extra 10 population space in Imperial, meaning they cap out at 210 population compared to the usual 200. All Goth infantry also get progressively cheaper as the game goes on, all the way up to 35% cheaper in Imperial Age, and the same Goth infantry units do get a progressive attack bonus against buildings, which makes them quite good at taking down literally anything and everything at the end of the game. Now, the Goth barracks itself can also be upgraded to train the unique unit of the Goths. I am, of course, talking about the Huskarl. This is a decent infantry unit with one set of Liam Neeson-style skills, and that is killing archers. Huskarls come with a big attack bonus against archers and base pierce armor that makes them basically invincible against most archer fire in the game. Now, to support a big, hungry population, Goth hunters are stronger, they carry more, and their hunt lasts 20% longer, and they also research loom in just under a second, which means Goth villagers are harder to raid and kill right away, and does save you time to build one extra villager, because the amount of time it takes to research loom is the exact same amount of time it takes to build one villager. Now, across the sands, we've got the Vikings in blue, played by MbL, a naval infantry civilization that on this map, I'm going to assume is going to focus primarily on their infantry. Starting in Feudal Age, all Viking infantry units get 20% more HP and can be upgraded to get a nice +5 attack boost against cavalry. Also a nice +4 attack boost against camels, although not expecting to see any camels in this game unless by some miracle something happens. Now, this boost also benefits the first unique unit of the Vikings, the Berserker. This is a durable, well-armored, strong infantry unit who actually regenerates health at the rate of 40 HP per minute. Now, infantry units, if you've played this game, watch this game, love this game, you know, are a little slow on the field of battle. So to protect them, Viking archer line units can also be upgraded, to get a small +1 attack boost. Now, to help them afford their military endeavors, Vikings get both wheelbarrow and handcart upgrades for free, and their infantry, which, if you've been listening for the last 30 seconds or so, already come with a few cool features, can be upgraded even more to earn gold when they kill villagers, monks, and trade units. So these are the two classic Age of Kings civilizations, a little different than they existed in 1998. A few cool features that have been added since then, I would say. Graphics definitely improved, but at the end of it, we've got an infantry civilization at heart versus an infantry civilization at heart, and will be interesting to see if we are lucky enough to see infantry versus infantry. Will the cheap, quicker producing units of one civ outmuscle the tankier infantry of the other civ, or will the opposite happen? It's our Goth first to click up to feudal. Let's take a quick look off the back of one less villager. I'm assuming after loom is researched, our Viking will also click up as well, or probably already has. Let's take a look at their bases while they do super quick. Primary gold a little bit to the forward side position, but not too far off campus, which means mining this should be pretty safe. Primary stone in a nice little S-shaped or a 5 shape, depending on which way you want to tilt your head and which way you're watching this game, in the back, and also has a secondary and gold and secondary stone nice and close by. Wood lines. Oh man, look at this juicy forest he's got in the back position. That's going to make jack and lumber pretty damn easy for our Goth. Also has two nice forests in the front that help create a bit of an easier wall off, although this is still a pretty long distance. And to the southeast, completely open, I would call this. MbL has now discovered where his opponent is. as his opponent, his Feudal MbL, 45 seconds behind. Let's take a look at him. Rather, his base, not him. Primary gold, nice and secure in the back. Primary stone, also very secure in the back. Secondary gold, kind of in the forward position. Secondary and oh my god, I'm getting ahead of myself. Secondary stone and tertiary gold a little bit further off campus, where for our Viking, they seem to be a little bit closer by, or rather our Goth, they seem to be a little bit closer by, but easier to wall this off. Two forests in the forward position, a narrower passage between them, but to the south, to the northwest, completely open, and he needs to scout this. I'm hoping he has. No, he is not. I hope he doesn't think that this forest extends all the way to the edge of the world. Let's see how much he explores. Let's see if Mr. Yo decides to put any kind of pressure there at all. Let's see if I'm just wasting everybody's time by focusing on something the players themselves are not focusing on. And let's take a look at the rush distance. The bases are pretty damn close. Anytime I can get both bases on a single screen without zooming out too much tells me that we are in for a very action-packed game. A nice big hill in the center. Everything else kind of flat. Although a hill here might put this forest in a little bit of jeopardy. I wonder if the total of these... I wonder what the total wood is if the map... Because obviously, look, the wood spawns in different locations, different patterns. Also, our Viking has a nice little patch here of 2,300 wood in the back, getting the old horse collar there. I wonder if the quantity of resources is the same, despite the fact that it spawns in different spots. Obviously, the gold, the stone, we know is the same. The berries are the same. The number of gazelles are the same. This is how MbL, by the way, managed to scout his opponent super early. He gave up on the last gazelle. And now 3 scouts are moving forward. 2 spearmen, I'm assuming, are on defensive posturing, as 3 scouts from our Goth and 2 spearmen. Oh my goodness. Same army count, same army composition, same villager count. Man, oh man. I mean, you might think that's a little boring. I think that's very exciting. This is exactly what I wanted to see. Let's see a big battle of similar civilizations and see exactly, I mean, we've seen the Vikings take on the Japanese, we've seen the Goths take on the Celts, we've seen the Woad Raider, we've seen the Samurai, let's see the Huskarl, let's see the Berserker, let's see all the super fun units that this game has to offer. Spearman does manage to take down a scout, but the scouts do get a villager in exchange, so not a free kill. 30 extra food lost here by MbL, but 30 extra food plus whatever additional resources that one villager was going to take, and MbL snipes a scout from the Goths. Lies dead here where probably a farm is going to go in the immediate future. Now both players disengage. I love this little gated community. Anytime you've got a wood line that's a little bit far afield, which you know, with the new Arabia maps that are spawning now with the resources further away, the gazelles, the herdables, the huntables, all of them basically seem further away. Not a bad idea to do this, but remember, while this saves you, protects you against melee units like scouts, it is a kill zone if your opponent decides to bring any kind of ranged units. MbL, look at this. Does this look like a player who cares about walling himself in? I mean, there's a bit of an attempt here, a little cup of buildings and a barracks, whereas Mr. Yo walled off to the north, walled off to the back, walled off to the front. The only question is, how will he wall off the juicy southern portion of his base that contains his secondary resources, bushes, and so forth? I bet he wishes he walled that part off now that 4 scouts show up. But a spearman is here to greet them. Everybody sees everybody, and so look at these spearmen positioned by our Goth, but 4 scouts versus 1 spearman. Could have engaged for maybe a brief second until the second spearman came. 4 on 1 is not bad. 4 on 2? Ooh, that might be a bit of a more questionable engage or a questionable trade, especially when some of these are already damaged in HP. But our Goth, 4 spearmen are out. But here we go. The scouts are in. They've managed to deke around all of the spearmen. The question is, what kind of damage will they do when they attack on a base of a 5? And these villagers with loom, I'm assuming with loom, already come with 1 melee armor. Okay, for now, just circling, getting information. Both players doing the same thing, although Mr. Yo taking a bit of a wider berth around his opponent's base. Villagers need to get back to work now that they've walled themselves out. Or in, rather. Oh, no. MbL is getting vision, but he's paying for it. Will he go after the villager? Will the scout's sacrifice have been in vain? The villager is running circles. I love this out of Mr. Yo, just running circles like a dancing around the maypole in an old English countryside estate. As oh my god, I was about to say halberdier. Then my brain says, no, they're pike. No, then my brain says, no, you're an idiot. They're spearmen. Get all the pokes and prod up, but there's another one here. Oh no, they're trapped. They're trapped. Hello, buddy in the bottom left. Might want to move forward a little bit. Might want to move forward a little bit. No, I thought these were for sure dead, but they're running into the town center. Get in, get in, get in, get in, get in. Oh my goodness. One scout remains. Second one probably died. We will capture that in picture. But the more exciting event is happening here as MbL with a combined total of 11 HP is trying to dodge the hell around these spearmen. I mean, you've got a town center. Okay, decides, you know what? F that. Oh, look at that double whammy. Double whammy kill there. I don't think he deleted them. I think he actually died. Skirmishers take one shot. I think they missed entirely. And now 3 scouts say, get the hell out of town. We don't want your kind over here, even though their kind is exactly the same kind they are. 3 scouts chase 1 across the map. A spearman joins. How many? 7. Skirmishers 8. Make that 8. And another one of MbL's scouts lies dead on the battlefield. Both players hit castle. New town center for our Goth. Upgrades for our Viking Bosa. Bodkin. Remember, they get wheelbarrow. They get handcart for free. Do the Vikings. Not a small bonus at all. Spearmen versus skirmishers. We know who wins that battle. And now, now Mr. Yo is returning the favor, keeping his opponent annoyed and busy as he runs around the map. A second town center going up for him. Don't mind this location at all. Gets the stone. Gets good access to the wood. I really wonder, why did our Goth decide to build his second town center here? Third one is going up here. Also not a terrible location. I mean, obviously can't build a town center anywhere near this mountain, but maybe near the stone, but we'll see. A defensive town center in Castle Age, not a bad idea. Look at the radius it creates. Cuts off this entire avenue of attack. Oh, Mr. Yo with his crossbows manages to get another scout. How many kills on these guys? Just the one. Okay, so that was first kill for them. Skirmishers are moving to intercept. Who will have the high ground? Our crossbows, if they... Oh, our crossbows are trapped. Our crossbows are trapped. Let's see it. Now they are elite skirmishers, and now the crossbows are dead men walking. They just don't know it. Will he even get one skirmisher is the question. The answer... You don't need to shake your magic 8-ball to know that the answer is no. Lion activated. Chasing the knight. Good luck with that. But Mr. Yo's not done. He might have lost his crossbows to the south. His crossbows to the north are causing a little bit of annoyance here to our Viking. Monastery, Ark of the Covenant, will get lowered into its compartment. I love seeing this. It always reminds me of the Indiana Jones movie, where they the Nazis open up the Ark of the Covenant at the end, and Indy tells, I forget her name, look away, look away, and they all their faces melt, and oh man, I love the old Indiana Jones movie. The original trilogy. The latest Indiana Jones movies have just been absolute nightmares, absolutely terrible. Harrison Ford needs to retire from the role of Indiana Jones. I am not going to watch, probably not going to watch the latest one. Who's kidding who? I'm probably going to watch it. I'm a huge consumer of garbage, both food garbage and viewing garbage. For example, anything. Those of you who joined us on our live streams know anything with Nicolas Cage in it is definitely a watch for me. When was it, like 5 or 6 years ago? I had a friend from school, and we would get together one weekend a month. We would each get ourselves a large pizza and a 2-liter bottle of soda. You know, after a while, he got tired of the tradition. He started getting diet soda. I did not. You know, didn't really feel like getting diet soda. And we would just put on Nicolas Cage movies once a month. We'd watch 4, 5, 6 hours and just laugh at how absolutely terrible they were. Or just, you know, how absolutely brilliant they were. Depends on what you think of Nicolas Cage. In any event, a convert, some kills are happening while I am rambling on about nothing. The players have kind of disengaged. Very aggressive forward siege workshop out of our Goth, who now is taking the time out to get Wheelbarrow. He has 56 villagers to the 67 of our Viking. Man, oh man, I talked a big game about infantry, but so far, at the 26.5-minute mark of the game, no infantry, no infantry, no infantry for our Goth. No infantry, 1 spearman, and no infantry, no infantry. So for all that I talked a big game about infantry v infantry, we've got 1 spearman. And where is he? He's on guard duty. Oh my god, this is like the military post you give to the people you do not want to have in the military. Just go and keep a watch. Well, you know, literally he's keeping a watch out for what? What's going to come out of here? What do you think is coming out of there that you are positioned over here? A 4th town center for our Viking, who already has a 16 villager lead. But look at our Goth. I see a lot of little dots with white surroundings or white borders on the map. He is getting ready for a population explosion. He is in castle, which means his infantry are super duper cheap. I believe 30% cheaper at the moment. Although again, I'm talking big game about infantry. How many barracks does he actually have? For now, just 1. And he is moving forward. But his posturing, the extra population space, tells me that he wants to start producing a good amount of units. Army count 24 to 18 for our Goth, who is now more than 20 villagers behind his opponent. But monks are out. The knights have to be careful. Another absolute terrible volley here out of Mr. Yo's Mangonel. Ballsy monks to the north, completely undefended. Okay, looks like a converted knight is going to turn on his former teammates. Oh, the town center got the monks. Yikes. Now the knights are engaging underneath the town center, but they're only at a +1 armor. Oh no, the Viking knights are doing a little wraparound from behind. There we go. Goth barracks are going up. Mangonel for sure is going to die, but will MbL engage into this? Probably not that good of an idea. There's a lot of crossbows here, and these knights, again, are only at a +1, right? Okay, never mind. Now they're a +2. Finally going to get the forging upgrade as well. Squires. Armor upgrades for their infantry. Oh, our Goth is planning. Let's see it. Let's absolutely see it. A castle placed right in the center of MbL's base. He does not want to take on any kind of forward aggression. He does not care about flank attacks. He is safe to the side. No, he is not. Again, this is open. He sees it now. A house, a wall, a palisade, something to the north. He is unconcerned, unbothered, cool as a cucumber. He knows he's playing against the Goths. And until he sees the spam of Huskarls, there is no real rating to be worried about. Oh man, we are going to get to see infantry v infantry. Castle's up, Mangonel down. And now the knights are moving forward again. One should get converted. One does get converted. The spearmen are here. Oh man, this is an interesting battle here. The skirmishers zone out the crossbows. The knights are taking into each other, but there's two pikes. Let's call it one pike, which now dies. The second one just joined the battle a little bit later in the game. Didn't really do much. But that was a fun little engage. Both players clearing up a little bit of supply here. Ooh, men-at-arms. Men-at-arms for our Viking. Oh, he loses a whole bunch of villagers. I mean, you know your opponent is putting on very aggressive forward pressure. This is where you decide to plop down your barracks? Okay. Men-at-arms being built. But the Mangonel is here. The knights are here. Crossbows are here. +2/+1. Are we going to get to see berserkers? No, we are going to get to see Imperial Age in the town center that is the most exposed. Why not research that upgrade here? I guess here you're busy building your economy. And Mr. Yo putting on the pressure with 26 army count, but look at his villager count. He is down 30 villagers, 29 villagers. MbL housed at 155. Mysterio does not have that problem. He's at 124. We'll lose the Mangonel. How many knights will he lose in exchange for it? So far, none. No, never mind. Does lose that one blue knight over here. Oh, this is sour. He started constructing it right as he needed that space to be empty for the knights to move in. Now they're kind of stuck here in a Los Angeles traffic jam between these two barracks. Oh, no. At the same time, this barracks is going to fall. Unless it's saved. No, there's no time to save it. Men at arms HP at what? 54. No men at arms or anything. Just pikemen for our Goth. Minute and 20 seconds away from Imperial. So Mysterio went up basically 10 seconds, less than 10 seconds after his opponent. Then here comes the infantry. +1. +1. Actually, no, +1, nothing. Loses one to a convert. We'll lose a second, maybe a third, a fourth. The Berserkers are out. 3 of them in total. He's 20 seconds away from Imperial, finally getting iron casting, finally getting scale mail armor. So we are seeing a commitment to infantry from our Viking. I'm not too sure what to make of the Goth here. He's getting long swordsman, also chainmail armor. Plops down a big old King of the Hill castle here, does Mr. Yo. This is going to be very bad for our Viking. All 3 barracks are in the crosshairs of this castle. And it is still not fully upgraded in terms of range. Is our Viking rebuilding barracks? He already has. The question I just asked myself has been answered. 2-handed swordsmen are going up for him. The party's disengaged. Our Viking. Our Goth hasn't seen this. He himself is building a barrack, a castle. Beautiful location. Protects the stone, protects the gold. Unbeknownst to him, though, our Viking is setting up shop just north of this location, +2/+1. And now they are 2-handed swordsmen with 72 HP, but the trebs are out. The castles are starting to die. 26 army supply. Our Viking 48 army count. Also, okay, ahead in the villager count, but the lead isn't as big as it used to be. In a minute, 20 seconds, these are going to be champions, and that is going to be very hard for our Goth to deal with this. Oh, synchronized attack, synchronized attack. I absolutely love this. Oh my God. Plus, remember, they come with an attack bonus against buildings, +6. +6. I talked a big game about the Viking infantry getting attack boosts against buildings. Man, oh man, did our Viking just demolish that town center like it was made out of Swiss cheese. And now they're here. They move at a 0.99. These villagers, even with all their upgrades, only at a 0.97. A train of them move out here. This is overkill to build a house. Archery ranges? I hope for our Goth that is for hand cannoneers. Although needs to get the numbers up, the resource numbers up if he wants to go for hand cannoneers. How has this Treb not been sniped? It is alone here. Okay, now it gets sniped, and now the castle is donezo, which will leave how many barracks? 7 barracks for our Viking, who pushes in with more champions. Not yet fully upgraded. Man, if you are planning to go infantry, get that blast furnace upgrade, the last attack, melee attack upgrade as soon as possible. Mr. Yo's castle down, champions streaming in, 84 HP. And here we go, hand cannoneers are out. +10 attack bonus against infantry makes them deadly here. Crossbow's nice, and let's call them a meat shield at this point, because I mean, what's the 6 pierce armor against a unit that does 8? There we go, exactly. Use them as a meat shield. There is no point in using them for anything other than that. Hand cannoneers on the high ground, but the, oh man, do the champions with their extra R, 20% HP, manage to just punch through everything here at the same time. More champions look like they're in the back of Mysterio's base. Villager kills not really that crazy. 15 kills to 4 at this point. Man, oh man. And look at the stream of infantry conscription. There's that blast furnace. And what is our Goth doing to respond to this? 5 barracks. He's producing two-handed swordsmen with 60 HP. No upgrade, no attack upgrades whatsoever against Viking champions with 84 HP and a +2 attack upgrade and fully maxed out armor. The two berserkers still around, still here at the front of the army. Oh, and the champions find themselves some good kills here to the back. We'll keep an eye on them as blue starts overwhelming the structural center of the Gothic settlement. Villagers on the run. Get your asses to this castle. 40 seconds away from conscription. A bombard cannon. Where are you being trained out of? Over here. Let me know in the comments below. Is the bombard cannon really a priority right now? Especially if it pops out undefended in the middle of nowhere. Will blue even notice? Or will he lose a few trebs here? Or is this for the castle? Has Red even seen this castle? Yeah, he has now with the mining, with this one villager. I'm assuming the bombard cannon is for these trebs though, yeah. But they are on the high ground, so it means they need, I think, 4 shots to kill them instead of the usual 3. And one bombard, oh my god, one bombard cannon for 2 trebs, not the end of the world. But oh, the Goths have been completely gutted here. Villager kill count has jumped to 29, and remember, I don't think he's gotten the chieftain upgrade, right? If he had the chieftain upgrade, we'd see an attack bonus against cavalry and camels of +5 and +4, which means they are not generating gold whenever they kill these villagers, which means 51 villagers is 250 lost gold. There it is. I think our Viking realizes, wait a second. In terms of gold, all I need to do is kill 90 villagers. you know, just simple things like killing 90 villagers. But now let's take a look at that attack bonus. Cavalry up 4, 5. And now they're going to start generating gold. The problem is for our Viking, this upgrade should have been researched a while ago. He's going up to crossbows and getting ballistics. So he's going to follow this up with a ranged attack because his food count is starting to dwindle, even though he's got 70 villagers on food, producing 28 champions at a time. I really am curious why when he's supply capped, that he's deciding to pivot into ranged units at the moment. And the last vestiges of the Gothic army retreat to the center, the protection of this castle, which is, by the way, doing a pretty damn good job of defending these hand cannoneers. The only issue is once these champions close, it is game over. Oh, beautifully spawned bombard cannons. Mr. Yo, the king of holds, is struggling to hold here. He's down over 50 villagers, almost half the army count. But he still has this castle, at least for the moment. No murder holes. Of course, no murder holes. Why do you not get murder holes? So town centers being attacked. Man, oh man, the Vikings with the Gambesons. Can they take a beating from a town center? I mean, this town center should fall, right? Okay, never mind. Contingent of hand cannoneers come. They've held the center. Oh, mama. 27 hand cannoneers are not enough to stymie, to plug up the hole created by these Viking infantry units. I wanted to see infantry v infantry, but you know what? Infantry versus hand cannoneers, I will take that any day of the week. So let's see what the hell is going on the map. Infantry chasing a bombard cannon. Castle has fallen to a combined force of 16 champions and 2 trebuchets. The center, relics being taken by our Viking as well, who continues to dominate, attacking the siege workshop. Rebuilding his town center is Mr. Yo, who has fallen to 2 town centers, and to the north, a bit of a contingency plan here for housing. Oh, interesting. So Boggs Vagar is the upgrade that gives the Viking archer line a +1 attack. Which is, I guess, why he started to pivot to arbalests. Interesting. Now, remember, the Vikings do get top of the line things like arbalests and elite skirmishers, but they don't get thumb ring. They don't get Parthian tactics. Sorry, what the hell am I talking about? Parthian tactics. Thumbring is the one I'm worried about. I mean, they don't get Parthian tactics. They also don't get heavy cavalry archers. But without Parthian tactics, the attack speed is just, I think, the usual 2. And if you're not moving, like these guys, they still can miss. In any event, holy moly, Mr. Yo with more kills. And there's the 90 villager kills, but only 40 of them since he added chieftains, which means, what, an extra 200 gold added to the coffers of our Viking. And look at his resources. 1,100 food and gold, almost 1,000 wood, Mr. Yo. Way too much wood, not enough food, and also 1,100 gold. Hand Cannoneers champions, PKPM. One at the 17-minute mark, one midway through the game. The economy here for the Viking must be astronomically ahead. Okay, relic gold, about 1,000. Wow, wood supply, almost identical. Food, almost double. Oh my god. That is 14,000 food more, 2,000 gold more, and just under a castle's worth more of stone conversion. 12 converts, only 2 losses. Kill count, our Goth has killed more, but our Viking, more villagers. And wow. That was an impressive game out of our Viking. I mean, whenever you can attack multiple fronts with units like champions, people think that because they move at a sub 1, because they're slow, because they're infantry, they're not good raiding units, they're not good poking and prodding in, the Hydra strategy of 10 different locations at once. Watch this game play the Vikings with their extra 20% HP, makes them super tanky, and that attack bonus against buildings is just redonkulous. I mean, what you're looking at right now used to be full of Gothic structures, castles, barracks, siege workshop, houses, monasteries, anything and everything you can think of under the sun. Now it is barren. Now it is gone. These champions have just absolutely wrecked, destroyed everything in their path, and using them, MbL with that bigger economy pushes out, and Mr. Yo, even though he held, continues to be the king of holds in the main base, just could not withstand the multi-pronged attack. The loss of the castle means the inevitable loss of these resources here and positioning, and these resources here are next, especially now that the champions have discovered this little area. It is no longer safe, which means Mr. Yos, what he held is not enough. And even with 27 hand cannoneers, he knows that the ball is just, the snowball has gotten too big, falling down the mountain. And with 195 army supply, his 112 doesn't stand a chance. And with that, MbL using this beautiful unit takes the W, but GG to both players. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.